Hey folks, welcome to Maverick Gunworks channel. Today I'm going to talk about some restoration things, or maybe not so much as restoration as preservation. All right. So what I found here is we have a customer's gun that is of all things, a KMart brand over under shotgun. And at least if I can see, I'll show you. Literally it has right here, it says KMart Corporation, Troy, Michigan, right there. So anyway, but it has some surface rust on it. The woodwork is in pretty good shape, but the metal work has gotten some surface rust and kind of looking crappy here. It's been dry, not taken care of like it should have been. So I'm going to take it apart and just show you a couple things you can do maybe to help preserve if you have something similar to this, without having to do a complete re-blue or restoration kind of project on it. Okay, and obviously we're open here. Our gun's empty. Let's go ahead and take the foiling off of it. Put that over to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and take the barrels off of it. Lay the receiver over, and it helps a little bit to make it stable. I'm kind of clamp it in my vise here with my soft jaws so we don't scratch anything. All right, we'll go see if I can get it where I can show you a little bit about some of the taking some of the rust off of it here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we have a patch of 4/0 steel wool. That's 4 zeros, extra fine steel wool. All right, stainless steel wool. And in this case, I'm going to use ballistol, which is is a good lubricating product. That stuff right there been around for a long time. And this actually was developed for the military, I think, in World War I or World War II. But anyway, it's been around a long time. It does a really good job of lubrication and protection for metal, leather, wood, all kinds of stuff. Okay. So anyways, I'll put a little, put some lubrication on here. And you don't have to have ballistol, and that's just what I'm using right now. But you can use almost any kind of good quality product as far as the gun oil goes that would help preserve your metal work. And all I'm doing is just rub it lightly. Don't have to be too hard. If you go too hard, you'll end up taking whatever little bit of bluing is left on it, you take it off. And that's not a good idea either. So I'm going to do this, try to cover the surface area a little bit with a little bit of oil, a little bit of pressure. Okay. And we'll see, I can see that's getting, you can see the orange rusty looking color on the pad on the gun here. So it is taking some of the surface rust off of it. Set that down, we'll wipe it off and see what that looks like so far. Alright. And that's looking better already. I'm going to do it one more time a little bit. Just be careful not to go too much on it. And then notice little nooks and crannies and the sharp corners in there. It's kind of difficult to get to. You might even want to use a popsicle stick or something like that, try to get in there close to the edges. I'm just going to rub it a little more. It kind of looks like almost like muddy water actually on the pad here. But it's just the rust coming off of it. All right. Get that steel wool fragments off of it. All right. I've got that section pretty well cleaned up. Oh yeah, it looks much better. Excuse me. And then once you get this surface rust off, you do the whole thing that way. Just takes a little time. Be patient with it. Don't try to rush it and go too far, as you'll end up really needing to re-blue it if you do that. Get all the bluing off of it. And with that, we'll come back and put a little bit more oil on it and keep it preserved. You can leave it just slightly thin film with slightly damp, maybe, as far as your lubrication goes, your oil on there to help preserve it. And that gives you a much better look than what it was before. Alrighty. And we're taking, and even after if you do that, you maybe even want to opt for some kind of sealer, possibly. But for the most part, any kind of good quality gun oil will work just fine. And actually, if I had a preference, I would probably recommend using a synthetic lubricant. They're not as susceptible to the environmental conditions changing. But okay, that looks a lot better. It's not going to look like it's new, but it will take the surface rust off and hopefully prevent it from getting any worse. All right. So anyway, take a quick look here now and take it out and see. My camera can see maybe right there. You've got obviously where we cleaned it up some, and that feels much smoother. It's very slick, smooth now, and not gritty like the rusty part is. You see how the rusty part is still pitted here. So that could be some option for you. And we can do this kind of stuff for you guys. We do it all the time for try to preserve something and not have to refinish it if we don't have to. And it's a lot less expensive as far as that goes too. It's a whole different process when you have to go stripping this and re-blowing it, or even doing the ceramic coating kind of stuff on them. Makes it look new again if you do that, but it's very different price-wise too. All right. So anyhow, that's an option for you. Hope that helps somebody. And if there's something we can do for you, maybe a similar project to this, or even a complete restoration, I can help you with that over here at Maverick Gun Works. So thanks for watching.